2.1 candidates for employment. Do I hear a motion to approve the following recommended candidates for employment in accordance with the respective contracts?
Second.
Any questions or comments?
You want to go first?
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, are you going to answer all the questions that I asked?
I'm going to try to, but not all.
Try to, but not all. Wondering why this board is kept in the dark for, basically, if you guys were doing these interviews back in June, why wasn't the board involved? I mean, we were involved for 2 or 3 meetings to hire a cheerleading coach, but none for these 12 individuals. Reduction we've seen in our enrollment figures. I think we're putting the cart before the horse. With that in mind, the fact that this board is so blinded and just trusting what's going on because we don't have any of this information until tonight, maybe, if Jason's going to provide it to us right now, 5 minutes before you vote, I move to table this motion until such time that the board's questions are answered and the board has time to review it. Can I get a second on that motion, please?
I'll give a second on that motion, even though I know it's not going to pass, Dave.
I know it's not going to pass. If they didn't ramrod this through, we wouldn't even be here. It should be done at the end of the month where you had time. It should have been in the workshop meeting. It should have been, so I agree. Let's see what happens. These are the same people that voted for a budget, and here now, within a week, we're already theoretically saving thousands of dollars, which is fantastic. We should give it back to them since we saved it.
Can I roll call vote on that motion to table?
Can we read the motion in the record first, please? Do you have it, or I will?
I have motion to table.
I move to table this motion until such time that the board's questions are answered and the board has time to review them. We should be an informed board before we make rash decisions. Who agrees with the idea of having information before we vote on something? Especially when it's hundreds of thousands, if not $1 million.
But this special meeting, we received an email from Alex last week that this was occurring. To not receive the information as to who we're looking at hiring until yesterday, to me, is not sufficient time. I think you really need to consider giving the public and other members of this board a little bit more time to look at the information you're presenting. I really think postponing it until Monday or Tuesday, now that the information is presented, is fair.
Use is policy now. So since we didn't change the policy prior, they're able to stand on policy and say they don't have to give us that until the last minute. And they're going to stand on policy and say we can be trusted with interviews with coaches and some administrative staff, but we can't be trusted when it comes to teachers, which is completely asinine because these are the people that are in front of our students, our children. And we should actually be involved in those. But we didn't change that policy. It's one of the mistakes we made over the last several years. We should have changed the policy. I mean, not that we don't trust the administration.
I mean, that's exactly, unfortunately, what this sounds like.
No, you're wrong.
No, Jason,
He's right in one aspect. You're blindly trusting the administration, and that is not what it's all about. It's called a work together type thing. We're supposed to oversee what they do. We're supposed to look at the same candidates they're looking at. We had 24 hours to look over candidates. If you don't understand that, I don't know why you're here. You just want to sit here at the board table and say, go ahead, do everything. We'll just sit here and blindly sign off on it. If that's what you want to do, fine, just say it. All right?
Jason,
if you want to watch...
Jason, when we hired our last teachers, did the board sit in on the interviews? Last year, the year before that, when you first came?
Last year, yes.
our group. We have that problem as well.
Any other comments?
Not any other. When are we going to get this information? And are you going to make this decision before you get this information, Alex? And it's not pontificating, it is a responsibility of this
I'm
board.
not going to provide the application materials unless the majority of the board.
The board needs to see it. The board needs to do their job.
Under
I
what?
have it, Dave, just.
I understand that they're not going to want to do it, Jeremy, but the reality is the board needs to see this. It's their job. The fact that you're blocking this, don't shrug your shoulders like it's not
Majority does
important,
not
Alex.
want
That's embarrassingly sad. That really is embarrassingly sad. Under Smith v. Richmond, the board has a responsibility to be fully informed. Are you ignoring or neglecting that responsibility? A state Supreme Court decided?
In their world, they just.
Shrugging your shoulders over it? In a rush with no executive session, with no authority?
You're above 3 minutes, you've been for quite a few minutes now.
Yeah, but you just don't.
Yes, and I'd like to thank Jason and our administration for doing all the legwork to hire our administration and staff, so our students will have classrooms and be able to have school being in the
Dr. Alex Matika
Yes, and ditto.
and Mr. David Gardner.
I would like to say no, because the board should not blindly trust just the administration without oversight and rubber stamp whatever they provided to this board in a rush meeting with no executive session, no review, and without even being able to answer the questions we had on how they were advertised, what were the applications, and all the other pontificating things that we asked for that Alex has been blocking from other board members from speaking.
Simple no.